There's a reason people keep going back to old cartoons, not just for nostalgia, but because something about them feels different, louder, weirder, more creative. And when you compare them to a lot of modern cartoons today, you start to notice something strange. Cartoons have actually gotten worse. Think about shows like Ed, Edd and Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, or SpongeBob. These shows didn't just entertain you, they felt chaotic, unpredictable, almost like anything could happen at any moment. Now compare that to a lot of modern cartoons. Cleaner animation, safe humor, more structured storytelling. So what happened? Why do old cartoons feel so much better? Old cartoons thrived on chaos. Characters screamed, stretched, exploded, and broke every rule of reality. Expressions were exaggerated, movements were wild. Nothing had to make sense, and that was the point. Shows like Ed, Edd and Eddy pushed animation to its limits with constant shifting outlines and insane visual gags. Meanwhile, Courage the Cowardly Dog mixed horror with comedies in a way that felt genuinely unsettling. It was unpredictable. You couldn't pause it and guess what would happen next. Now? Most modern cartoons feel controlled. Expressions are toned down, animation is smoother, but less expensive. It's not bad, but it's definitely safer. Another big difference is how cartoons look. Older shows had rough, sketchy, almost messy art styles, and that messiness gave them personality. You could instantly recognize a frame from SpongeBob or any old cartoon. They weren't trying to look perfect, they were trying to look unique. Now compare that to many modern cartoons. There's a noticeable trend. Round characters, clean lines, bright pastel colors. A lot of shows start to blend together visually. It's not that they're poorly made, they're actually more polished than ever, but in that polish, something gets lost. Imperfection used to be the style. Now everything feels standardized. Old cartoons often felt like creators were given freedom to experiment. They could take risks, be weird, be uncomfortable, even be a little disturbing. And networks let it happen. That's how you ended up with episodes that were creepy, bizarre, or completely off the wall. Today, things are different. Cartoons are more carefully managed. They're built to appeal to wider audiences, avoiding controversy and staying, quote, brand safe. Which means fewer risks, fewer weird ideas, and fewer moments that make you go, what did I just watch? Old cartoons didn't talk down to their audience, they had layers. As kids, you laughed at the slapstick. As you got older, you started to notice the darker jokes, satire, and hidden meanings. SpongeBob SquarePants is a perfect example. It's silly on the surface, but there's sarcasm, timing, and writing that still holds up today. Modern cartoons still have humor, but it's often more direct, more obvious, and less risky. Now, to be fair, not all modern cartoons look bad. There are still great ones being made, but the difference is in the approach. Old cartoons prioritize creativity, expression, and experimentation. Modern cartoons often prioritize consistency, branding, and mass appeal. One isn't necessarily wrong, but one definitely feels more alive. So were old cartoons actually better? In some ways, yeah. They were messier, riskier, more creative. They didn't play it safe. And that's exactly why they stand out. Because they weren't trying to be perfect. They were trying to be memorable. And maybe that's what cartoons today are missing. Fun fact, less than 1% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing with notifications on so you don't miss another one. And leave a comment below on what you thought of the video and what I should do next. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.